Welcome to the Three Dot Podcast. And a breaking news development in at least Ohio and New York, 9 or 9:30 has officially been declared as 9:45 or 10. Just like to start with that. Willie G is back this week from suspension, and we'll see how he does and see if he can stay with it. But I wanted to start with a story that I thought of the other day. In fourth grade, I was reading at a college level, talk about wasted potential. But part of that may be my brother's fault. When I was in third or fourth grade, we still lived together before we knew our home was broken beyond repair. And our mom had moved out for the first time, and he went to live with his dad. I don't blame him. He made a choice. I got left behind. Not the point. The point is, when he wasn't beating me up due to anger issues, still not the point. I also got back at him by breaking some of his toys, blaming the dog. R.I.P. Toby. Toby ate a bird's nest once. He was supposed to be a service dog, but he was like the worst dog anyone could have ever had, and he like broke doors in the house and everything. He was a dropout of the service academy, which was great foreshadowing the house-bred losers that we were in. I don't mean that, but anyway, my brother and I had some good times, and some of that growing up is 2003, 2004 was just reading jokes on websites, and we were on this one, and it was all your mama jokes, right? And those were the funniest things that anyone had ever heard. And I remember I was in elementary school, and despite my reading prowess, I could read things, but I didn't always know what they meant. And
it's
my
called
grandma,
comprehension.
exactly,
Comprehension. Sorry.
and my grandma once got mad at us because we were laughing so hard in the computer room, and she thought the internet was evil. At that point, she's since been on Facebook, but that time she thought the internet was evil. But she comes into the room and she demands to know what we're laughing at so hard. And my brother Andrew goes, "Oh, we're just reading jokes." And me being the absolute genius I was, and we were getting along at the time, I decided to back him up. So I say, "Yeah, Mimi, they're just funny, like this one." And I look and I just pick one and I go, "Your mama's like a shotgun, 2 cocks and she blows."
That's a good one.
And my brother starts laughing uncontrollably. My grandma shakes her head and walks out of the room, and my brother goes, "Do you know what you just said?" And, you can't lie. I'm like, "Yeah, no, I definitely know." And he's like, "Then why'd you pick that one?" I was like, "That was the first one I saw." But I learned later on what I told my grandma a joke about your mama sucking cock to my brother. Like, it was a very just confusing time. I don't know why. Later on, I was like, why, of all the ones to pick, was that the one in the middle of the page? But I turned
There's a lot of foreshadowing. I think you were right.
Hey, listen, Grandma, don't worry. We're just reading jokes about mom sucking cock. It's fine.
Hey, Nick, could you center yourself a little bit? Like tilt your camera down a little bit?
I'm probably not going to do that. I might do it later.
Fine. I appreciate it. That was the only thing I was going to say. It's good to be back from suspension, by the way. Sorry, listeners.
But as to that topic, a quick update on the investigation into my mother and my brother and I, or actually my cousin, who's the mayor of Rossford, and my brother were more in on the investigation. I'm going to continue with the Catch Me If You Can metaphor. We've now tracked Leonardo DiCaprio to France. We're in the small town where they hadn't heard of Sarah Lee. We're narrowing it down. She can still escape on like the plane and all that. Like, it's not a done deal, but my brother did a text her essentially to Tom Hanks, "No one's chasing you anymore" speech. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But we no longer believe that we never did, but we don't think she's in hospice. We think that was made up based off some evidence.
That's a fabrication based on all the surrounding evidence.
Yeah, there was many familiar things that she was doing that made us go, why would this be the true one? Why would this be the time that is true? Unrelated to that, but related to 3 Dot, I like to say, buy a fucking shirt. All right, we've sold several more since the last time I talked about it, but there's different styles and colors because some people were asking about that. Just click on a shirt, see what colors are available, and I believe in you. I believe in all of you being capable of doing that. And here's a fact. Will, you can double check on this, but I believe 0 3 Dot merchandise was discovered at Epstein Island. Not a single piece.
Hold on, I'm checking Google right now.
I don't think a single 3-Dot shirt or hat, any memorabilia was there.
Let me double check. All right, hold on. Let me pull up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is.
Wait a second.
Wait.
Hold on. Hold on.
Wait. Whose shirts are these? Hold on. An Epstein Island Spring Break 2004 T-shirt.
What an accidental find.
Dude, $16. That's a bot. That dude. What
the hell?
Tie-dye?
Anyway.
Hey! For all you Spotify listeners, go to the fucking YouTube.
Please go to the YouTube because we accidentally discovered an amazing shirt.
What a tee.
Shirt of the summer. I will say though, Will, I also checked I checked through the data of who's bought shirts. 0 sex offenders on that list.
Good.
0.
So far so good.
Well, that's what I'm saying is if you haven't bought a shirt, you're in that other group. And that's not good.
Are you calling me a sex offender because I haven't bought a shirt?
I'm not calling you. I'm just putting out data.
I'm waiting on my revenue split, buddy. I'm waiting for that to come out.
Yeah, all the sales are from Ohio and people I know, so I don't know about that. Anyway,
no, I'm also being fucking sarcastic.
So was I. Jesus, you're gonna get suspended again. Settle down.
All right,
Mr. 945. Give me 15 more minutes. Suck a dick.
I love you, Nick. Missed you.
But anyway, if you've been to Epstein Island and you do want a shirt, we'll still send it. But that hasn't happened yet. There's only convicted sex criminals and non-buyers in one group, and then 3-Dot buyers in the other. That's how I see it. It's very black and white.
No gray areas there.
There's 0 gray areas. You actually could have bought one by the time I finished this explanation, and you could go ahead right now to at 3-Dot Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, or my Facebook. You can find a link. You could buy a shirt. I'm not sure why you wouldn't do that unless you want to associate with the other group. Be a grown-up, stand up for yourself in this country against human trafficking, and support 3-Dot Podcast.
There are more people enslaved now than there were.
Fact.
That may have to do with 8 billion people on Earth compared to like 500 million, but we're not gonna talk.
This is not a statistics conversation. Let's not go down that road.
We're not gonna prorate the slaves, all right?
But speaking of shirts,
Christ, sorry.
That MLB has a problem. I don't know if you've seen these.
The Fanatics jerseys.
Fanatics jerseys are, first of all, I didn't really know much about what Fanatics was, and then I heard the owner of it, the CEO, the founder, whatever the hell, on Bill Simmons' podcast. And this was before the jerseys came out on MLB, but we'll go to that in a second, what you're pulling up. But I heard this guy, and I go, this guy's just sounds shady. Like, he just sounds like everything he has a plan for, everything's so great. It sounded like the Billy McFarland guy, the Firefest guy.
Yeah. Oh my God. So yes, very similar vibes to him.
Like everything Bill Simmons said, oh, well, don't worry about that. You can get what you want. You can do like everything it was like Gary V energy, but like without any of the back end for it.
Yeah, I actually heard him on a podcast. I think it had to have been Pardon My Take, where I got the same attitude. He felt like an Alex Guerrero type, like a snake.
Yeah, everything's perfect.
Always yes.
He's 5 steps ahead of everybody.
And yes, man, dude.
Google like Fanatics see-through, because that was the big
see-through ones,
picture going around. And if you're not watching on YouTube, you're gonna miss some of the visuals here, including that Epstein Island tie-dye shirt. But now that Will's back, we have more visual elements to the show.
It's one positive, I guess.
All the players hate these.
Yeah, Is this gonna give me anything? It's a video. I just want to see see-through jerseys.
Are there people talking about it?
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, and they just look horrible. Look at that.
They're just the quality. Yeah, look at that's last year's compared to this year's.
So what happened where Fanatics?
Those numbers, dude. These literally look like Little League jerseys.
Oh, dude, they look horrible. And then there's a few that like lined up or didn't line up right. Verlander had a horrible one. Let Let me see here. I had a picture of it.
We're fine. Oh, right here we go.
There you are. Is that it?
He says
That looks like
not
the
that.
old ones.
My God, dude, these these integrated ads every single.
And there's another one.
And I have an ad blocker up too. It's like what are we doing here? All out at once.
But my question is, how did Fanatics just steamroll everyone and become the jersey people for MLB?
They're the main like merch distributor for pretty much all companies. Get lazy, dude. They streamline. Oh, here we go. They all.
This is the thread I saw. I think
they're all using the same. Pretty much they're all using the same outlet to sell all their merch, right? Fanatics. So
Temu?
Fanatics has a shit ton of Temu. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's where I get all my shit. But yeah, no, everybody buys their shit from Fanatics. All the teams use Fanatics, so Fanatics has a shit ton of money to spend. He spent it on this, apparently. Jesus.
I've also thought it was interesting, like the guy on Bill Simmons was talking about, yeah, we'll be a sports book, we'll do this, you can customize this, and this. If you like this, you'll get suggested this, and it all just sounded like algorithm bullshit. Like none of it was like real. Like,
well, I doubt anybody writes their own copy anymore.
I mean, that's true. I just can't believe that the MLB, like, you get to this level and you are just so unprepared and you send out just horrific. Like, where's quality control? Where is anyone saying, hey, these look like shit?
Look at where they're manufactured. Where are they sourcing the textiles? Like, let's be real here.
That's true. That used to matter, right? What happened to that?
No, I mean, it does matter. We were talking about when we like at scale, like we're not gonna get our shit from China. No offense to China, Daddy.
I was gonna say, why no offense to?
I mean, I guess they do have fucking concentration camps there. So yeah, offense to China. No, they make shit. If you want shit, go to China. If you want good shit, go to like Mexico.
And no matter what, avoid America.
It's gonna be shit no matter what. But you know, you can feel a little bit better about it, seeing that it's a a North American country. I mean, it is third world Mexico, but it's a different conversation.
I got a few quick ISO ball stories from the weekend, and then I will. Then we can go into reality TV, and we'll get you in more. First, I don't know if you drink a ton of coffee, Will, or the.
I had to cut it out, man. IBS.
You know the Donut House coffee shop, the Keurig brand. I don't know if you know that, but
I'm familiar with it. Yeah, it's good.
There's a little guy on there,
Mm-hmm.
And I like that brand because my grandpa drank it, but I also like it because I like I hold up the cup just like he does. I go, morning, I talk to him like as I'm drinking the coffee, it's a little friend. I say that to say this. I had a potentially schizophrenic episode a couple weeks ago, and I think I told you about it on the phone, but if anyone else has experienced something like this or wants to tell me I actually am crazy, that's fine. We were grocery shopping, and Haley was behind me, and I'm pushing the cart, and then I turn around and she's not there. And instead of just keeping going, or instead of turning around and looking for her, my immediate thought was, "Oh, she's not real." Shit. My immediate thought was, "Oh, none of this happened. No, she didn't exist this entire time." And I started to panic. Like, it was like I'm in a grocery store, and you start rationalizing with yourself. I'm going down each aisle, and every time I'm like, all right, if she's not in this aisle, I'll start to get worried. And then I went like 4 more aisles, and she wasn't there, and I'm like, I need to get out of the store.
You felt like Christian Bale in The Machinist a little bit.
I literally was like, well, then I'm like, I need to get out of the store, but then I was like, where do I go?
Dude, that sounds like a bad mushroom trip.
Well, I'm like, if she's not real, is my house real? Is my grandma real? Like, I was like, where do I go? I got to get out of the store, but I don't know where to go. So, and then she just shows up, and I told her, and she goes, "Oh, that's weird." But I'm like, that was more than weird. That was like
funny. That's neat, dude. Imagine that, but your fiance, wife, whatever significant other is 5 feet tall, dude. I lose Miranda in the store. I'm just yelling. I'm like, meatball, where are you?
Well, I've lost her before, but never had that thought. Like
Never
this
had
time,
the
it was
thought
just
like, oh,
such
I'm
a
crazy.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
then I think about the conversation we just had about my mom, and I'm like, oh boy,
You're like rut row.
there's there's mental illness creeping in. Oh boy.
Well, you're a big fuck though. You definitely use that head as a weapon at certain times. It could just be a little bit of CTE creeping up on you, saying hello.
That could also be true. Just pop it in. Here's some foreshadowing. One day you are gonna wake up and be so lost, my friend.
You're gonna forget where you are, dude.
Good luck, fucker.
You're gonna strip down and go into the middle of the fucking street and just start jerking off your flaccid cock.
Doing the Breaking Bad where he just strips to make people think he was crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be it. I'll get caught. I'll get caught jerking off, and they'll be like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm crazy. I planned this. I'm faking it. Don't worry."
Do you remember the old? You know Nick Swartzen, right?
Yeah.
He has a bit. He can't wait to get old. He's gonna, send his grandson just a box of shit. I thought it was a train set.
That was like in the movie Waiting, which is a great movie. But he's like, I like to give little kids the little finger, and everyone just thinks I'm crazy. And then he's like, but the problem is sometimes I flip people off, and I don't realize I'm doing it until I get slapped in the face.
That reminds me of something at work too. There's a show on Hulu, highly recommend it, called Shoresy. The main character, he starts off basically every sentence, yeah, so my buddy at work started saying it ironically, and now every time he opens his mouth, it's yeah, so
that happens. Like people get stuck. Yeah, 100%.
They get caught in the quote loop. Mine unfortunately in high school was just Jonah Hill and Superbad quotes, so I was talking about pubic salads and and all that good shit.
Yeah, dude, Superbad and Step Brothers for sure, and Pineapple Express to an extent. Like, and Accepted, which is another underrated movie.
Oh, dude, that's a great.
Ask me about my wiener.
Justin Long's been in a couple bangers that are.
I was actually saying that to someone the other day. I'm like, why is Justin Long so underrated? Like, he's a very funny guy.
And people that he was in Dodgeball too. He was arguably one of the most underrated best characters in Dodgeball.
Zach and Miri Make a Porno. He's in it for 5 minutes, but he's fucking just baited.
He was so good. He was so good in Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
I'm in mostly all male casts.
Oh, there was another thing that, dude. I hate to go on a little tangent here, but Miranda and I went on obviously a little extended vacation, or not extended weekend this weekend up north. No internet, no nothing really, but we did have access to some viewing stuff. Guess what we watched, man? Tosh.0.
Oh,
season 1, Tosh.0.
Blast from the past.
Oh my god, I forgot how funny that fucking show was, dude.
He's a funny ass dude.
He is. I don't know what happened. Has he released a special or anything in the past 10 years?
I've been seeing clips of him lately, but I don't know if they're old. I don't like. I know he got in a lot of trouble for some jokes, and he was one of the first big comedians to really get in trouble for content. You know what I mean? People trying to cancel him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like part of it was he just kind of wanted to take a step back. I don't know, but
a little bit of Chappelle type thing, but not like hey, I'm leaving.
Yeah. I think there was some of that, and then his stand up was funny too back in the day. He was goofy but clever.
He was on top of the world.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He was like a smart Dane Cook.
I was literally about to say he was like a Dane Cook that people actually liked.
Like a metrosexual Dane Cook.
Well, yeah, obviously, but of course. Yeah. Well, that's just because he's so comfortable.
Dude, yeah, no, he had to have played a sport where you shower a lot with your teammates because he's very comfortable just being naked around men.
Dude, on Tosh, when they took Viagra to watch gay porn to see if anyone would get hard.
That was such a good bit, dude.
They're all wearing gray sweatpants, just standing in the middle of the office. Anything?
Oh, what a good show, man. But it was season 1 stuff, so we're talking like Web Redemption and Miss Teen South Carolina, and he's just like looking at her ass the whole time she's talking, and he cuts her off like mid retelling the story, and I don't know. W's. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, we'll be right back. I guess I'll take this opportunity to do one that he might not be able to relate to. Strip clubs and chemical plants are actually very similar in the sense that, overnight the vibes are high, and because I worked third shift, and the music was always very upbeat. You know, what is the word I'm trying to think of? Trap music. It would be trap music. It would be songs you would hear in a strip club, and then it's funny because at 7 in the morning, the first shift is coming in, the late shift is leaving, everyone's dead tired. First shift isn't ready to be there yet, and the trap music's still playing, but then it changes to like the older rock music for the different crowd, and it's very interesting. I was saying strip clubs and chemical plants are very similar because of the music that's played at weird hours of the day.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the food.
No. Well, the food is better in the strip club, I would imagine.
Probably. What do you got?
But I was saying it like third shift overnight. You're hearing trap music, bangers.
I caught the tail end. When I said "be right back," I meant right back.
No,
like,
I
heard that whole bit. No, that's I see the parallel. I like the parallel.
Right, and
I can expand on it if you want me to.
Well, I was just gonna say 7 in the morning. You're like I roll in for first shift, and like no one's ready to be there yet. Like everyone's tired, but you still have the trap music going, and it's like people who drag their friends there, and it's like, oh my god,
it can get you fired up though. The trap music can,
It depends because
like if I come in and pure cocaine by Lil Baby's playing, I'm probably gonna have a good shift.
My issue is some people hate it. So like you have to play a mix of everything if you want to not have
be a good DJ. Well, and if you want to keep the aux. Exactly,
which
I'm gotta please everybody.
Always handed to aux, and I appreciate that, and I don't take it for granted because
it's a privilege, it's a privilege.
Well, you're in charge of vibes, then. For like you have people's lives in your hands at that moment. You really do.
You are the soundtrack to their work for the next 10 to 12 hours, buddy.
Exactly, and I can't wait to see my Spotify Wrapped this year just because of all the mixes of stuff I have to play.
No, that actually would be that's a very a cool position that you put yourself in at work. And it sounds like you have like a good culture there too.
For the most part, yeah, I would say so. And like if you're in the same spot every day with the same people, like it's not horrible. I mean, everyone has their own issues, and stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, I mean
I had nothing else.
I almost said something I wasn't supposed
to say. No, just say it, dude. That's what I'm here for.
No,
if you really want me to cut it, I'll cut it.
I'm not going to say it, and then just pretend you cut it.
Okay, sounds good.
So that way people can cut out this part, and then.
All right, I got this exact part out right.
This has been said many times, but I was thinking about it the other day. I don't know what made me write it down on my list, but how drug deals used to be compared to now, and how privileged people are.
Good topic.
Well, it's. I think part of it was. I think part of it was when we were driving and there's like an abandoned lot near me, and there's 2 cars in there, and
I bet they're playing checkers.
Well, yes and no, because here's the thing. I think Haley was like, "Oh, there's probably a drug deal." How many of those are happening? Because I remember being a part of those deals, and you would be in a lot with a bunch of people. You wouldn't be in an abandoned lot. That draws attention.
Be in a public library.
Well, it's like the Breaking Bad thing where he has him meet him in the abandoned auto lot, and then he's like, "What? The mall was closed or whatever."
Now the best is when you get GPS coordinates.
No, that's the worst. That's the absolute worst.
Pay ahead. Here's the drop. No, in New York City, it was a lot different because there were a lot of buildings where you could just like open up the front door and then like there's like a little spot you could do a little or there's just like a spot they could put it and not even there's like no.
Oh, you guys did dead drops.
Yeah.
You're like CIA agents.
Kinda.
Okay, I like that.
Statute of limitations probably past that. It's like 5 years, I think. Yeah.
Well, I was saying you could probably tell the age of the person doing the deal by where you see him, because if it's an abandoned lot, that's a young kid who doesn't know, but you can just do it in public and no one's gonna care.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. My fiance, she like, dude, when she hits like even her nicotine vape in public, she does it like she's hitting literally fucking like
Crack.
DMT. Yeah, bro. Like, and I'm like, you understand that like you going like this for all you YouTube people is a lot shadier than just going, you know,
Right.
like especially we were
You hide in
outside.
plain sight.
We were literally outside skiing. I was like, breathe, and it was just fucking whatever it's called when your breath makes fog out in the cold.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that called, dude?
No, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me because I don't know off the top of my head, and
Okay,
now I look stupid.
what's cold breath called that you can see? Thank God I have fucking Google right here. Called what do you call cold? It's called
Venti ice.
exhaled. It's called EBC, exhaled breath condensate.
I was gonna say condensation, but I knew that was like
I didn't know whether it was condensation or evaporation, and I didn't want to look like a dickhead.
well, I
I'm,
knew
I'm wearing
well,
I'm wearing a 6-point star in Pit Vipers, so I'm gonna look like a dickhead no matter what. But
yeah, but that was a choice.
no, my eyes are like bloodshot. I kind of got tuned up last night and this morning. Peace got tuned.
And Tony Snell. If
I'll mark it down.
but I will say if they're older people, like if they're doing a deal, it would just be like an Applebee's parking lot. It only takes a few seconds.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, so quick.
I feel like young people feel like they have to talk. That actually reminds me, statute of limitations is long gone since then. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know. I had a drug dealer who I will protect his name. We'll call him Sherm. All right.
Let's say his name's Sherm. Well, he's PCP. Let's call him Sherm.
We're gonna call him Sherm. And like at first, sometimes you feel obligated to talk to that person, and sometimes like he'd have me just hit a fat glob of dab and shit, and so I wouldn't be able to move. I was like a zombie, and I'd be
And to
just be
make sure
stuck
you're
in
not
a
a
spot.
cop.
Well, exactly. But one time, this is what could also happen is he goes, "Come, yeah, I got it. Don't worry. Come pick me up. I'm at work and it's at my house." And I was a dumbass. I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." I me and my buddy, I won't name him, we go pick him up at his work and we go back to his apartment. And then I'm sitting there like, where's the stuff, Instead
Sounds
he
like you're
makes
gonna
his
get robbed.
instead he makes his lunch. He's sitting there watching TV. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I had it in my pocket the whole time. Give me a ride back to work." And so, like he just used me to get him home, sit there for an hour on his break, and then take him back to work.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had like we do like I've only ever had I had statute of limitations once again. I've always been a salesman, right? I had to turn myself into that because of the lack of reliability. And do any drug dealers want to make money? Like, why are they
Right.
never fucking like available? Especially like,
It is amazing. No one's available.
It's not like I'm spending like $50. Like I'm trying to spend like 250, 300, 400, 500. It's not like I'm trying to spend a little bit of money.
And
Like,
and now
do you
now
not want my money?
and right.
I never got that. That's why I turned myself into the socket.
And there's no way all these runs they're making are for as much as what you would be buying.
They're at home lining themselves up, dog. I'm telling you.
Right.
They're just as much of a degenerate as the person they're selling to.
Well, at least for weed now they just go to a dispensary. They don't even have to deal with.
Oh my god! Thank fucking god for that.
See, that's what sucks. Is I quit smoking right when they were available, right when I could have just gone to a dispensary.
And the funny part about weed now is the gray market is so fucking cheap that it's not even worth going to a dispensary because the taxes. The government, the state governments are just doing this so fucking wrong.
Well, that was the whole point, though. To legalize it was the money they could make. I mean, they're figuring it out.
That's the only thing that made like Reaganite Republicans like okay with weed.
Right, the billions of dollars.
The billions of dollars in tax money that they saw Colorado make. They're like, oh my god, I want a chunk. I want an Ivy League school size endowment.
Sylvester Stallone.
What about Sly?
So
Oh, the daughters. Oh my God, I know where you're going with this. Go.
You don't.
Cook, Nick. Okay, I don't. Even better. Cook.
Yeah, but you can add in here.
I thought we were same right.
Nope. I like how excited you were, but nope. So he had that documentary come out a little bit ago.
Yeah.
And now he has a reality show. And my whole thing is enough of Sylvester Stallone. I don't have a real connection to him. He's fine, whatever. He's been around. You get a lifetime achievement award. Here's a watch. Take a lap. Your time has passed. Get the fuck out of here. Rocky's good. Rambo, he kills minorities. Congratulations, or whites. I don't know. I don't really know what he does, but
in Rambo, he
either way, I don't think he's famous for his wit or wordplay. No disrespect to Italians, but my thing is, no one has an interested enough family for a reality show. I don't think any of them do. Like, all of them are interested. No. T.I., no, thank you. Ozzy Osbourne, go fuck yourself. Get lost.
I'd watch P. Diddy's.
They're all for the birds. Give me a documentary on the Kennedys now where we film their graves for 24 hours a day, and I'd be more interested in that than any reality show from a celebrity.
Dude, somebody was asking me like what I would like to watch, and I was like, well, I'm really into history, World War II, and aviation.
Good.
I was answering it seriously, but I find myself on the opposite end of the polarization with reality TV here. I can't get enough. I think it's depraved. It's depraved. MILF Manor specifically. I want to bring that one up.
Well, I actually have a show I was going to talk. I like
the best show ever made. Like I like the
reality TV.
It makes me feel better about my life. Like, oh, my life's way better than this kid who's going to help his mom find a 20-year-old to fuck.
Well, I have 2 or 3. Here's the thing: is all of the early seasons of reality shows are great.
Yeah, I mean, Real World, Road Rules Challenge, those were all good. We grew up with it. We literally watched
the first season of Big Brother is amazing.
Oh,
they didn't even know, they didn't even know how to film it. Like, the host was kind of awkward. Idea. Everything was real. It was really real.
It was actually real. And same thing, you can say the same with like you said, like I said, rather, Real World, Road Rules, those
Survivor.
Oh my God, Survivor! The first couple seasons were amazing. Like, got people to watch like 15 seasons of dog shit Survivor because the first 5 were unbelievable.
And here's the thing: is Survivor took a long time, but Survivor has now gone to like. The thing is, now it's people that like just want to be famous, like on the show, it's
not or already famous,
right? Or like influencers or whatever. Yeah,
athlete. It's insert your.
Well, that was like that show, The Circle, that Kate was huge during like COVID or whatever.
Fuck that, dude. That show is so
right.
Gray.
Like, the first season, like, there's nothing else going on, so Haley and I were like, "Oh, this isn't bad." But then I was like, "Man, these are all just people who are like over the top dramatic, and like every reaction is planned and choreographed. Like, it's not reality TV."
Yeah, another first couple on Netflix, Love is Blind. First couple, great. Last 2, 3, unwatchable. But spinoff from there, perfect match. There's only been 1 season of it on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, dude, watch it with your significant other. You both, it's just grime. It's just grease, dude.
Have you seen the show
Gravity? And I'm for it. That's what I want to watch, man. I want to watch fucking the snakiest people ever, like chomping at the bit, high on cocaine. You can literally can't see the fucking irises of their eyes.
You know, another one, Vanderpump. I live for. One that I actually like is Vanderpump Rules.
Oh my God, dude. Thank you so much for saying that. And my 1,000-pound sisters, another good one.
Haley likes that one.
There are some bangers out there, bro. Now, and Sly's daughters, if you're listening, I think you're both great girls, awesome girls. Just keep doing it. You know, they're not great at talking. They're not the best speakers. They got a little bit of their father in them when it comes to that, but. I didn't hear no bell.
Life ain't all sunshines and rainbows. Get
fuck Sly, dude. I'm back on your side with the Stallone.
There we go.
Yeah, no, it doesn't need to happen. I don't need
No,
more
no one
Sly.
needs it.
Give the daughters the show, honestly.
They have an Instagram. That's all they need to do. Because if they
I'm
can't
not gonna
talk,
follow them on Instagram.
I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying
I would
like,
rather it be there on Hulu. Like instead of it being like, is it
the
advertised? as,
Hulu
like,
show is just a slideshow of their Instagrams.
yeah, dude. I'll watch that.
No, but the reality show that I started watching is a competition show, Traders. I think it's just called Traders. Have you seen it?
What's it on?
I want to say Netflix or Peacock.
Peacock. It's on the Peacock. Okay, no, I haven't checked it out. I do. Because as an Ohio State fan, Peacock just took advantage of us. They took advantage of Bills fans as well. They knew we were gonna buy it no matter what.
Tony Snow.
Go ahead. Okay, sorry.
No, but I like the show because it reminded me of a game called Mafia, but I'll explain in a second. But basically, the first season they have, I think it's like 12 or 16 competitors show up, right?
Yeah.
And they're all from other reality shows and then a few normal people. So I don't know if you know Survivor that well, but Sari was on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So they all are blindfolded.
One of my favorite shows. Yeah.
They're all blindfolded, and this guy goes around and just picks 3 people, and they're the traders of the group. So then at night,
like
the traders
at
night the traders get to pick one person to murder, and they have to go home. And then that day, people try to find out who the traders are and try to
murder
vote them
mystery
off.
reality TV.
Kinda, yeah. And it was really good.
Until
I like season 1. We just started season 2, but season 1 was very, very good, and the ending's awesome. I don't want to spoil it in case people do want to go watch it, but that was an awesome show, and I like the concept. And you had Sari, who's a fucking animal as a trader.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. There's been enough love, like Flavor of Love, greatest reality love show of all time. I think everybody can agree on that. I think that was the pinnacle. I think everything after that's been a shit show. Sorry, just in my weed pen. You need to almost have a niche now with the reality. Like there has to be a game component, and these casting directors have to do so much better work on it. How's the cast on Traders for season 1?
The first season, very good.
Serene,
very, very good.
So very, very good. All right, as long as they're doing a good job with the casting and they stick to niche, because some people are just drips on reality TV, man. They're just
season 2. I'm worried about.
Okay.
I'm concerned, but
we'll put a pin in that, and we'll come back with the Trader season 2.
We will. I just want to say the twist to the show is at the end. There's four people left, and if there's any traders left, the traders split the money. If there's only the faithful left, they split the money.
How much? What prize pool are we talking?
$250,000.
Woo!
Yeah.
Fucking.
And it's very, very good. I recommend giving it a shot. But I was going to say a side story to that. It reminds me of a game called Mafia that we played at Heidelberg on the baseball team. This kid introduced it. There'd be 3 Mafia members, 1 doctor, and then everyone else is, just a normal person. So so everyone will put their heads down. Mafia lift their heads up, pick someone to kill. Then everyone has to vote to, get out the Mafia people.
Yeah.
So it's the same idea. We used to play that in the bullpen during games. And one time we're in Florida on our baseball trip, and I'm the game master, and everyone has their heads down because we're playing Mafia, and a foul ball is coming to right field, and it lands like in between one of the dude's legs, but none of us moved. Like no one saw it coming. No one was paying attention at all. They all had their heads down.
Nobody gave a 4. Dude, being the bullpen catcher was the best fucking thing
But
ever.
The thing is the foul ball is going that way, so all eyes are on us, and clearly no one's watching the game because we have the heads down.
You've got your hats turned inside out backwards. You fucking just cross-eyed back there playing games.
And literally our pitching coach comes down and goes, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And we were like, "Oh, we were seeing who would move last, and we all won."
We were playing chicken. They're playing chicken with the foul ball, dude. That's so fucked. None of you guys heard the dude. It's not like there's no ping either. You're not playing Wood Bat League. You didn't hear a ping.
What it was
those early BB cores, dude. Those were awful.
I saw it at the last second because the right fielder. I hear his footsteps, and I literally looked to my left. I'm like, what's he doing? Oh shit! The ball.
Shit. Oh Christ. Oh fuck. That's so funny, dude. That just brought up so many good times of just not. But baseball's fun when you're not actually in the game. Like,
oh yeah,
it's way more fun when you're either just like a utility guy or a bullpen catcher. Like freshman year of high school, freshman year of college were like the most fun fucking years ever. Just spot playing, like catching the second half of a doubleheader, like doing literally nothing like at all except just hanging with your boys. Like
100%.
It was better than the game itself.
Yeah, and we had a fun group,
especially when you have a crew. That's the fucking the kicker of it, man. You got to have a squad.
My problem was some of the crew I liked, the coach hated, and then they all ended up transferring. So then it was just kind of me on an island, which was fine because I still got along with people, but it was my boys ended up leaving.
Yeah, I hear that.
Which reminded me, I'll tell a quick one because you know baseball. So we're doing an inter squad scrimmage with the parents fair. This is like early in this fall, and there's a guy named Mark, and coach hated Mark, and Mark was one of the biggest. He was an awesome dude, but just one of the craziest like scumbag type dudes ever.
Perfect.
And perfect baseball player. Like,
yeah.
If he would have stuck around, he would have been a monster. But
his lip just looked like this all the time.
No, didn't chew.
What?
He hit a ball and he didn't run it out, right?
Yeah.
So
routine.
So it's an inter squad. So Coach Palm at Heidelberg goes, Mark, get back in the box and run it like you just hit a double, like crazy coach shit, Yeah. And so Mark takes a swing and he starts running the bases and he goes, "All eyes on me. All eyes on me." And he's like yelling it the whole time. And everyone's just looking at him like, what is wrong with you? Dude. But I'm sitting like, that's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's fucking great, man. Run it out. Dude, I hit a 400. This was the summer league tournament. Kind of reminds me of that. Our first base coach, I hit a ball probably a mile to center field. I knew it was gone as soon as it hit my bat. And the I pimped it. First base coach is telling me to run it out. It's like, go. I'm like, look at the ball, asshole. Nobody else on the field is moving except you. And he's just like, fucking.
He's sending you to second. No shit.
No shit, asshole. I'm going to take all 4 of them.
Guess what? I'm not stopping there either, bitch.
I'm walking the rest of the way, you fat fuck.
You turn around, walk backwards, flipping them off.
No, just keep going. Give him the double backflip.
Yes, there you go. We also at Heidelberg, fun fact, we had 26 freshmen when I joined.
Jesus fuck.
Well, don't worry, some of them washed out, and we also had 14 underages, all from the freshman class.
Jesus, underages.
Oh, we were putting up numbers,
dude. I would suppose Heidelberg. How many students are at that college?
Not a lot, but it was like
4 or 5.
Here's what I tell people: at least when I was there, it was a small school, but it was like crazy. Like everyone there was just about fucking partying and shit.
No, we're the last generation of actually people. Like our years are the last generation of fucking cool people. Everybody else now is just like stuck to their phone and hitting these.
That's true. That's true because it was starting then, but it wasn't quite there.
Yeah, dude. These kids now didn't ride their bikes. Fucking.
We had a base of real world before we had phones. That's the difference. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We had our teachers rolling the TVs during 9/11, bro.
Let's see here.
That's a unique.
No, we got sent home.
We got sent home at lunch. They made us watch the news until lunch, and then they sent us home.
You were in New York, right?
Yeah.
Well, see, they had to send us home. Who's more likely to get hit, a New York school or a elementary school in White House, Ohio?
Probably an
Obviously,
elementary
the
school in White House, Ohio, right?
Yeah, you have to evacuate.
Definitely not the one definitely not the Catholic school in New York.
No, never. What the key? There's 4 planes that day, and one didn't hit their target. It was White House Elementary School, and
Yeah, White House. That the one actually United 93. I believe it was on its way to White
it was
House.
headed there. If it didn't go down, that's where it was going.
Oh, fuck Pennsylvania.
This is a very targeted attack. They took out the World Trade Center and a K through 4 school in outskirts of Toledo, Ohio. There's some kid there they don't want to see the light of day.
It's a targeted assault. They hit their main objective. Dude, oh, and Daniel Tosh, that was another thing from Tosh.0. He made a 9/11 joke in 2009, the season 1. I like hadn't heard a 9/11 joke till like 2023.
Well, the joke he really got in trouble for was a rape joke, I believe. I don't know what the context of it was, but it might have been crowd work. I don't know, but that was the one that really got him in trouble.
I feel, I wouldn't touch that subject if I were on stage with a 10-foot pole.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. Rape's the one.
Even back then, like people talk about cancel culture now, but that I mean, you can't do that
in a especially in a pre or post Me Too world. Rape, it can be funny, but it has to be like it has to be a banger, dude. You got to come with the heat.
And it obviously can't be like about.
Oh yeah, you can't be like, oh, we'll go rape her. Like that's not funny.
I'm not kidding. I think it was something like that.
What it was.
Yeah. That sounds And obviously that's low hanging fruit. Like that's just the simplest thing someone can say, and it's like
a frustrated comedian who's trying to do their
bit. It's shock value. It's
the entire night.
Yeah. Well, like Michael Richards.
You
want to talk about just trying to say the worst thing ever?
You want to watch it? That was like the first video I think
I do not want to watch it.
That was like the first video.
Dude, I remember when that came out. Yeah, that was like one of the first like viral videos. It was a cell phone clip.
It was fucking 160 resolution. It was the greatest.
Which is a shame because he was a great actor.
Dude, he's Kramer. For those of you who don't know, Kramer from Seinfeld.
Right.
Fuck.
Listen, a comedic genius. Not in that moment, but a comedic genius.
not in that moment.
Well, I feel like I should clarify. I'm not endorsing what he said.
Okay, good. I didn't.
But he is a comedic genius. Both can be true.
Yeah, two things can be true at once. R. Kelly can piss on an underage girl, and I Believe I Can Fly can be a banger.
Listen, I am so glad you brought this up. I can't explain how happy you just made me. Josiah is gonna hate me.
Good.
R. Kelly, listen, here's my whole thing.
What about him, Cook?
If he was a god, okay, and eventually you are with so many women and so many everything's bored. He had to just keep pushing things.
Believe I Can Fly.
And here's my whole thing about him is those are still banger songs. Those songs still bang.
Dude, what are we doing here?
And I said they should have brought him out the Super Bowl, which a lot of people said, but
dude, when I'm pretty sure he's in prison, I think that would have been they would have had to zoom him in.
Yeah, zoom him in for same girl.
Jail chat him in. Bro, I heard that in jail he's just singing to everybody, like just
I heard that too.
Serenading the prison, like it's never a dull moment with R. Kelly in there. Dude.
You got inmates fighting each other. Who's gonna do the usher part of same girl?
I know. I was just...
All right, we got two duets today. Who wants it?
People should have been on R. Kelly's ass when he was like literally with Aliyah. She's like 16 years old. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
15. Yeah. What are we doing, man?
Yeah, I mean, jokes aside, yes, he is a scumbag, but
yeah, obviously.
But the guy can sing.
Yeah, man. And Michael Jackson too is the other one, man.
I've been doing research into Michael Jackson. I don't think he did it. No, I'm just kidding.
Obviously, he licked those kids' assholes. Are you serious? I blame the parents more, though. The parents willingly.
No, that's actually what I've been reading about is how insane his parents were.
Dude, what? No, I don't blame Michael Jackson's parents. I blame the parents of the kids that let their kids' assholes get licked by Michael Jackson.
I'm saying all of them. Them too, but like Michael Jackson's dad was a fucking monster.
Yeah, Joe Jackson. Yeah, he was a bad guy. Yeah, bad guy.
He was worse than Michael Jackson. No, I'm just... Who's worse, Frankenstein or the doctor that made him? You know, who? You know, what's
that actually is a really, really good. That honestly is a philosophical question. That actually is a good question.
I didn't mean to get all deep into our Michael Jackson conversation.
Don't talk to an autist about it, and don't bring up Mary Shelley's fucking great Frankenstein. I'll go all day.
Hold on, I'm reading about. You'll go all day about Mary Shelley.
I read. She's a great writer. So actually, how Frankenstein was, I can tell you the origins of it. Actually, her and a bunch of writer friends were stuck in the Swiss Alps for a blizzard for like
Did they eat each other?
3 months. No. They didn't eat each other. They actually had a sort of a competition, like who could come up with the best, sort of horror novel. And I think Mary Shelley's won. It was a little bitty called Frankenstein. Don't know if you heard of it.
Yes.
But yeah, that's how the book was even written. It was because it was so far aside from what she had written previously. And not writing under an assumed name in like the late 1800s or whenever the fuck she wrote that shit as a woman. Baller. Who run the world, girls? I'm just trying to fill air. I see you fucking scrolling on your.
And meanwhile, I was waiting to see how far, like, where you would
how much air I could fill, brother. I could go hours.
I enjoyed it. I was looking up that Airbnb story I was telling you about, and then I found a different one.
Right. Yeah, no, I do want to get into the Airbnb cheat.
So
yeah.
Go. For this one, I saw the headline. There's a guy who was caught on a Airbnb security camera with another woman, and he was cheating on his spouse, and now he's suing them because that's what I'm trying to find out.
I would sue him for whatever he's about to lose from from alimony, man.
Yeah, obviously, because the video would have had to have come from the Airbnb owner, right? I mean,
yeah.
I can't find the story now, but I did find another one because apparently this is a very common occurrence.
Before you says it, dude, I was dropping something, an illustration off to a client. They have a Ring video doorbell thing, but it was in the front of their house. I was dropping it off through the side. I ate shit going in, dude. I fucking busted my ass. I'm like, yo, did you get that on the Ring? They're like, we just saw you like sliding off the side. Like they just missed it. Like you see me like sort of a little bit on the beginning of the fall and at the end of the fall. And oh my God, it was one of my best moments ever. Oh, because I didn't get hurt. I think if I got hurt, I probably would have been like very pissed off. But then it wouldn't be funny. I caught myself.
And you would have sued them.
Yeah, then I would have taken them for all that they were worth.
But
which is a lot, actually.
What I was gonna say is I couldn't find that particular story at the moment. So if you can, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
But on Reddit, there's a whole bunch of Airbnb hosts post about how do I respond to a request about a cheating spouse, and there's like hundreds of these.
Wait, this is on. Send me that Reddit link because I'll pull.
Well, this one's only
married man. 4 days ago, married man caught cheating.
There we go. Bring that up.
What's up, homie?
Is that the guy? Why do you keep having videos and not articles?
Because you asked for this. Airbnb host email this. Oh,
that's the picture. Yep,
that's it. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. I mean, so that's the story right there. Basically,
what's that person saying about it?
He's just giving background info. Oh wow. Now that he gets suing Airbnb, blah blah blah, and that host for privacy and damaging his marriage. Let me give you a little bit of backstory. Well, I just don't want to have to deal with Alex Sabio coming after us, even though he has
he is a monster. We know that.
He's a huge but it said no.
Has he bought a 3-dot shirt?
He hasn't bought so he's definitely a PDF
sex criminal.
Getting way too loud at this point. Oh, it's because he was being a dickhead. Not only was he cheating, he was being a dickhead. Like fucking.
Well, see, Ben.
What do you call yourself if you're in an Airbnb? A resident guest. What? Yeah, guest. That's the word.
That's a tough word.
I never claimed to be smart, dude. Ever, not once.
I think you have.
But, alas, Alas,
Well-
no, it wasn't just the cheating. It was the fact that he was being a fucking asshole.
So did they put him on blast for that?
Yeah, and the wife found out about it apparently because
it went viral.
Yeah, because the
Okay.
host was super pissed off about the way that the Airbnb-er. Oh, that's
Well,
that
that is-
the Airbnb-er. The way the Airbnb-er was behaving.
Well, that's why on my notes I did have why is Airbnb snitching, but that
They're
explains
not.
it.
It was the
He was
host.
being a dick.
Yeah, he was being.
And they didn't even like tag him. They just put the picture out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much.
And then I was gonna say, because my whole thing was kind of like, first of all, obviously you shouldn't be cheating, but especially in an Airbnb, because like it's probably on his wife's card.
He was throwing a party, and the and the host was not okay with it. Yeah. Oops.
What the hell was that?
If you're gonna fucking put yourself into the mind of a cheater. What's the one thing I'm gonna do? Oh yeah, probably gonna get an Airbnb and invite all the bros, right?
Right. So then it doesn't look like a one-on-one.
Yeah, probably
situation.
Yeah. So I mean, the fact that was even caught was great detective work by the woman. Honestly, I heard a comedian say this. I forget who it was, and forgive me for that. But they said if every case, if a woman were a detective and every case were personal, there would be no case unsolved.
Really?
Yes. That's a good premise, I think. I believe in it. I think that women would be absolutely phenomenal detectives. Like, I can't get anything fucking past Miranda. Literally nothing. Not one thing. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Which is fine. I'm okay with that.
We were up almost to an hour, and two of my other ones are going to be longer, so let's just do two quick ones here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you see Ohio State's new hire?
The most recent, I've been pretty unplugged catching up. Well, this week I've been catching up because I unplugged for 3 days, and you can't do that. But so no, I didn't see it. Long answer to long.
They hired Brandon Jordan. He's a former Seattle Seahawks, Michigan State pass rush specialist. He's going to be a defensive assistant, and I guess he's worked with done like private training one-on-one for like TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Von Miller,
Violent hands.
Yes, and this guy's going to be the succession to Larry Johnson, is my guess.
Thank God. Dude, can I just, if we're talking about Larry Johnson, I mean, dude, the Larry Johnson speech, like.
Oh, yeah, the potential or the.
Oh, my God, it's the best. That makes me run through a brick wall.
There's no more average in this program.
No more average in this program, dude.
That's a bad word.
Speech ever. Yeah,
not in this program. You go to the edge and you take someone with you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great speech, dude. The elite speech. You're just gonna hear it in the background because
I did want to talk about Micah Parsons.
We can do that after Larry Johnson just fires us up. And you see fucking Sam Hubbard looking right at him like, oh, hold on.
Greatest speech of all time. I like that it auto-played in the middle because you've clearly watched this recently.
Yeah, I know.
This guy's amazing. He's been doing it for so long.
With Sam Hubbard.
Former safety.
Former lacrosse player.
That too. How high, Coach?
Where do you want me to go, Coach?
If you're on Spotify, you just have to deal with this. This is everything.
I think they'll be able to hear it. If you can hear it, then they can hear it.
I can't hear it.
Oh, you can't? Oh my God, that was hilarious. That was just for me then.
Yeah, that's why I thought you knew that.
Oh no, you got to let me know those things. I can't tell whether or not you can hear it. Hold on a second.
I think that's funnier. No, don't replay it.
No, I'm not going to replay it. No, okay. I was removing it. No, that's just. I think it's funnier that there's just going to be like 40 seconds of dead air at 58.
No, that's hilarious. That's fine with me.
Good. And you were spelling it in. You're literally word for word. You had it. You're like, how high, Coach? That was awesome. But Micah Parsons, and then let's put a bow on this. I'll let you solo ball it.
I was just gonna say quick, Micah Parsons, he was at an airport and he tweeted out that these people were following him asking for autographs, and a bunch of people responded and said, "Welcome to the world of being a celebrity. Why are you putting these people on blast? Just sign the autographs." What? These are still people. Like, why is like, I get if you're a dick about it, like, if you respectfully tell someone no, if you're Micah Parsons, then why the hell does he owe anyone anything? And you know how often these guys probably get hounded like this or chased around or everything? And these normal people sit there and go, why wouldn't you just do this? They have no idea what it's like to be celebrity or be followed or recognized like that. And it drives me crazy that Micah Parsons can't even exist or try to like my thing is he's tweeting that out saying, don't be these people. Like, don't be the people following me around. And everyone takes it as he's being an asshole. And I don't see it that way. I feel like Micah Parsons is someone in that scenario that's just trying to explain how it is to be followed and chased around. Don't be that person. He's giving you advice, and you got a bunch of people on the internet going, "Welcome to the world of being a celebrity."
Bruh,
Fuck
his
you.
follower, he's not talking to those followers. He's talking to the followers.
Exactly.
He's talking to his teammates and his fucking the boys from Penn State that are coming up through or whatever. He's not talking to like people think that their opinions matter.
Right.
I think that's the
Well,
crux of
yeah, you got boomers that get on there and tweet at the president, "Fuck you," and think that's like it means something.
suck your dick, dude. Like suck your own dick from the back, dude. Nobody's
Right.
opinion matters, bro. If you want to affect any real change, go get rich and fucking lobby legislation, you fucking asshole. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah. Don't even run for public office. Just lobby.
Just lobby.
That's where all the
Fucking-
real influence is.
Dude, are you serious? Why would you subject yourself to public criticism when you can just fund whatever you want, dude? Just
I mean, you
get
got to
rich.
deal with those lobbyers anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Just fucking. It's so silly. So silly.
I was going to tie this into my video game internet culture thing, but I think we'll just lead off with that next week.
Sounds good to me, man. I think this was fun.
We're an hour one. No, yeah, I think this was solid. Great job back from suspension.
Thank you.
Very good job. And people missed you. They did.
I appreciate that the people missing me, and I apologize to the people for that having getting to the point where I had to be suspended. You know, it wasn't one of those things where I needed a little pee whack to get my head on straight.
And one of the greatest things ever is our phone conversation where we both agreed and you're like, I'll talk a little bit less. Like,
yeah, I listened.
We get it. I think today was a pretty good back and forth. Like,
you Tony Snell me twice?
Yeah, that's it.
That's pretty good.
In an hour? Dude, imagine how, like, if we were trying to do this with the old Will, like, way back, like, it wouldn't even work. Oh my God, the Pit Vipers were off.
There were like 2 Tony Snells per minute back in the first rendition of the Cheddar Show. Are you kidding?
Cheddar.
The sharpest.
You ready to
put a fucking bow on this, dude?
Go buy a shirt. Unless you want to be one of the people that was accused of being on Epstein's Island, we can make that happen. We have a platform. I'm kidding. But go follow us. It's right there on the bottom of the screen if you're on YouTube at 3.podcast on XIG and TikTok. Go find us. We will be putting out clips from last week and this week because I did not post the clips on TikTok that I should have. We didn't tweet out as many clips. Will's back from suspension, back from his trip. We'll both be on that. John might do something. We don't know. Who cares? But anyway, this has been the 3.podcast.